If your goal is to be an elite shooter, but all you ever do is work on spot up, stand still, catch and shoot threes, then you're going to struggle to ever be a high-level shooter in games. In this video, we're going to talk about 5 different types of threes that you have to be able to make at a high level if you want to be an elite shooter. And if you get to a point where you make these at a high level, you're going to be super valuable in any team that you're on, and it's going to be incredibly difficult for defenses to stop you. Let's get into it. The first type of three that all elite shooters can make at a high level is inside-outside threes. This is by far the most common three that you're going to shoot, and typically this comes off of some sort of drive and kick situation where a defender helps in and that creates an open shot for you on the kick out. Now, sometimes these might be standstill threes, but a lot of times there's going to be some movement into it, also called a relocation, because as that player drives and your defender helps in, you have to create a passing angle for your teammate. So you may have to either relocate up or down to create a good angle for your teammate to kick the ball to you. If there is one type of three that every player, and especially perimeter players, need to be able to make, it's this one, because these drive and kick opportunities happen dozens of times a game. And if you're capable of knocking down these threes, you're going to be a threat and you're going to be super valuable to any offense. The next type of three that every elite guard can make is extra pass threes. So a lot of times this is also going to come off of a drive and a kick, but instead of that first player shooting the ball, they make one more pass to the open teammate who then shoots it. This can also come off of a swing from the other side of the court. This shot's a little bit different because it requires you to typically catch the ball from a side angle and be able to handle that momentum of turning and then going into your shot. These situations happen a lot because a lot of times on driving kicks, a help defender is going to get sucked in to stop the drive, and there's going to be another rotating defender who's going to have to close out to where that kick happens. And a lot of times this is going to create a 2-on-1 situation where an extra pass is going to find its way to an open shooter. Being able to make this shot puts a ton of stress on that help defender who's closing out, and essentially puts the defense in a no-win situation in those 2-on-1 drive and kick situations. The third type of three that all elite shooters can hit are momentum or movement threes. Now this covers a few different types of movement. First of all, we can talk about off-ball movement. So threes coming off of pin downs or flares or staggered screens or elevators or any other type of off-ball screen. This is important because typically in order to get a three that's open off-ball, you're going to have to utilize these actions in order to get open. So not only is it important that you can use these to get open, but you have to be able to make the shot after you're already moving at a high speed because of these actions. And when we talk about movement threes, this is important to mention the momentum aspect of it too. So not every shot is going to be where your momentum is stand still and moving forward. Sometimes you're going to shoot it off a back pedal, or sometimes you may be sprinting one way or the other, but it's important that you're able to control and handle that momentum and still be able to rise up and hit the shot even when it's not necessarily a normal catch and shoot. The next type of three that elite guards can make are ball screen threes. Even if you aren't necessarily the primary ball handler, being able to step up and hit a three if you're in a ball screen situation allows you to be so much more versatile. If defenses know you can't make this shot and they're allowed to play under ball screens, it becomes significantly easy for them to not give up a downhill drive and therefore not allow you to create those driving kick situations that we've already talked about. But if they're forced to play over or hedge screens because you can make those threes, then they're going to have to give up more on the inside and getting downhill, which is going to allow you to create more for your teammates. The goal as an offensive player is to be able to put as much pressure on the defense as you can, and elite guards are able to put a ton of pressure on defenses in ball screen situations because they're able to hit that three if the defense doesn't take that option away. And the fifth type of three that elite guards can make are transition threes. Now this can be off the dribble. Obviously as that ball handler, if the defense doesn't step up to take away that three and instead they retreat to the paint, being able to knock down that three in transition is a critical skill to be able to have, but it's also important to be able to make it off of the catch as well. Transition is the most vulnerable time for defense because not everybody's back, and even those who are back probably aren't completely set yet. A lot of times the offense is going to have a numbers advantage in transition as well, so if you're able to space the floor to put pressure on the defenders who are back because you're able to make that catch and shoot three in transition, that's a very valuable skill to have, and it makes you a much more dangerous offensive player. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. Click the top link in my description below to get my free Elite Perimeter Scorer workout. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.